And I believe that we are live. Before I introduce Ashley, I wanted to check with the team here if you can hear us and see us okay. I see that Viviani and Lisa are here as moderators. Thank you so much for being here. Let's, if we could get like a thumbs up, or if there would be a way to know that you can um, hear and see us. And there's a little bit of a delay. So yes, they can hear and see us.
Great.
So I wanted to welcome Ashley. Ashley is from the World Trust Organization. This is the organization that we have done this fundraiser. A previous one with Shari Voices from the Swamp, the previous one with Helen Granny, Irish Granny, and we have accumulated so far from your donations over $1,000. And this is going to continue with today's show and the future shows. So thank you all for being here. And Ashley, who represents the World Trust, is here today, which is we can be all super excited. And we'll also take a few questions if you want to know. But I wanted to maybe give you a little bit of time to say who you are and a little bit of information about World Trust.
Absolutely, that would be my pleasure. Let me just start by saying thank you so much for the invitation to be here. Thank you for selecting Whale Trust as an organization to be the beneficiary of your fundraiser. We're super excited to have everyone here supporting the work that we do, and I'm more than happy to share what I know about the organization. As I was telling you, Nate, I am pretty new to the organization. I'm still in my first year, but I'm definitely learning a lot as I go. And the more I learn, the more respect and gratitude I have for the organization and the opportunity to be here. So Whale Trust is actually entering our 25th year as a nonprofit organization here on Maui in Hawaii. And we started with 3 co-founders back 25 years ago who really saw a need to better understand whales so that we can support not only them, but the marine environment and of course the planet as a whole that we all share. So we have Megan, who is the co-founder that I work most closely with. And then we also have Flip and Jim, and they have all been working together very closely for this whole time. And I'll get to get them all together for our event in a couple months that I'll share more with about. But that event has been going on for 20 years as well. So it's really been a long journey getting us to where we are. And I believe that the research began even quite a bit earlier, back in like the 70s was when our co-founders began the work that they do. So we're a very scientific driven organization, and we specifically work on researching a couple different elements of whale behavior and life at this point. So the first one is we're studying whale song, not only just here on Maui, but in several other locations. I think this last year we had 16 different locations across the entire Pacific Ocean where we are listening to and recording whale song from all these different locations and then comparing the data to see some really interesting patterns that suggest that whales are kind of trading information and sharing songs and then transmuting that into other locations with other whales from other migratory patterns. So that's something that's super interesting that we're still learning about. And then the other one is we have a PhD student. I believe she's just about to graduate. She actually began her journey with Whale Trust as a high school student, or no, I think even before that. She was maybe 10 years old or something when she first met our founders and listened to her first whale song. And she's been working with the organization ever since. And she is doing another study where she's looking into hormone levels. So that's something that she's doing here on Maui, also over off the California coast, even in Alaska, collecting data samples from different whales, males, females, subadults, adults, and learning more about what these whales are going through hormonally at different points in their migratory patterns, as well as different locations as well. So we believe that the more we understand about whales, the more information we have to protect them and share that through our educational and outreach programs so that people have a greater understanding and appreciation of whales, so that we can all, benefit from that information and do our best to support the marine environment. And of course, everything that affects the marine environment will affect land on Earth for us humans as well.
Wow, this is really fascinating. I didn't know that you were such a long time living organization, but
Mm-hmm.
also the science aspect is very interesting. Is there any connection in the research between understanding whales and their activities and how that can help humans?
I would say so, because if we are able to identify elements of the environment or human behavior that have a negative impact on whales, anything that negatively impacts whales, because they specifically are so large, right? So
Yeah.
um, they do a lot for the environment that most people are not really aware of. They're huge carbon carriers, and they transport nutrients throughout the entire ocean, supporting the entire ocean ecosystem, which, because the ocean covers more than 70% of the planet, everything that happens in the ocean affects the planet as a whole. So if we are able to identify something where that endangers whales, that translates to
Of course.
endangering all life on Earth in some regard. So we're working really hard to make sure that we understand as much as we can about whales so that we can protect them and then therefore protect humans. And I will say that's probably not the most detailed or eloquent answer that we have. I wish that we had one of our researchers here who could answer that with more detail. But as I said, I am learning as I go. But I think, I certainly believe that all life is connected. And so by understanding and protecting whales, we can definitely have an effect that will eventually ripple out to humans. And something that I don't think I did mention is we work with humpback whales. We have a very large humpback whale season here on Maui. And so that is kind of where we focus the majority of our research, is specifically on humpback whales.
Okay. I'm going to ask in the audience if you have questions, not to me, which I will take later, but to Ashley in particular about her job, possibly, or Whale Trust. So, what I ask a question to Ashley will take some questions about Whale Trust. I actually have a question that has come up a few times. One of the big changes in the world that we're facing right now is the development of AI.
Mm.
Obviously, it's massive, and
Mm-hmm.
the AI uses a lot of water. It is incredibly water consuming.
Mm.
Um, it is. I feel like I've read some, like, maybe some queries could take um, maybe as much as a quarter of a gallon of water per
Mm.
query.
Mm.
So it is a very scary aspect because the water gets used to cool off the servers and the electronics and the computer system. And so
Mm-hmm.
AI is a big scary situation. It definitely has its benefits, but also it's a risk to the environment that's major, absolutely major. And so we had yesterday a show with Jillian, who's an animal communicator, and we asked her, what do the whale feel about AI? And they said that they were concerned about the use of AI because of that particular aspect. And it was a very interesting answer. They said that, why do we need to use AI when we have all the answers within us?
Interesting.
accessing some of the Akashic records or that sort of things. And so I I'm not asking you spiritual questions, but I feel like I don't know, and if you don't know, this is totally fine. But has there been an understanding of the impact of AI on water and conservancy of the planet and whales in particular, since obviously they need water and the ocean? Yeah.
Hmm. You know, I can't speak to that. That's actually the first that I've heard of that. So I am sorry to say that I don't have any information on that, but that's very interesting, and I'll definitely be looking that up when we're done here. I'm
Okay.
very
Yeah.
curious to learn more
If
about that.
you, yeah, passing on this information to
Yeah. Hmm.
um so let me see if in the chat there's any questions for Ashley or World Trust. I
Sure.
believe that some donations came through
Oh,
already. Thank you.
wow. That's
Yes.
wonderful.
Yes. And I should see that the way StreamYard work it, I have to look on my phone. So I'm
Hmm.
not being rude by looking on my phone. It is to look at the donations.
No
Okay.
worries at all. Maybe while you look, if you'd like, I could share a bit about our annual event. Great. So, Whale Trust hosts an annual event that this is our 20th anniversary. So, it's a big marker for us. It's a multi day event held here in person on Maui, but we also live stream it. So, I did want to share it with your viewers and followers to invite everyone to come and join us. We invite scientists, storytellers, filmmakers, photographers, people who work with whales in many different dynamics to come together and share their research, their stories, and their passion with people from all over the world. So this is something that is available, and really we would like to invite people from all over the world to come and enjoy the event. It is available on a sliding scale. I could probably put the link to register in the chat if that would be helpful. But it's kind of a come and go as you are available. But we'll be doing 3 days of presentations, and then for anyone who does happen to be nearby, this is in February, so it will be February 19th through the 23rd of 2026, and then we'll have special events and whale watches and a bunch of different opportunities to participate, to attend, or also to sponsor the event. So lots of different ways to get involved and really get a lot closer to the world of whales through this event called Whale Tales.
Oh, that's wonderful. Is that when you're doing the auction, the silent
Yes,
auction?
yes, we will be
Okay.
supporting your decks, of course,
Yeah.
and a lot of different options through the silent auction. Exactly. Yeah, we're so excited to share this. We really think that the people who love whales as much as our event attendees will find great value in really anything that gets us closer to whales.
So I told Ashley that I would donate 2 decks for the silent auction to help with the event. And so if you want to attend the event, it would be Viviani posted on welltrust.org/schedule. Is that the right link?
Let me double check here. I do have the registration page open. Let me go ahead and just plug that in. Um, so I'm seeing whaletrust.org/whale tales. That's the homepage for the event. And it looks like I have to join in to contribute to the chat. So I'll see if I can get that done quickly.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I have an
Viviani?
error, but it is whaletrust.org/whale tales. That's WHALETALES, like stories rather than tails on their physical body.
Oh, perfect. I wanted
Mhm.
to thank Anonymous, and that might be Jason, who donated $11, another Anonymous $5, Karina $5, Viviani $10, another Anonymous $11, Zodiac Cafe $5, Tea Card and Chicken $20. Um,
Wow.
thank you so much. And the show is really just starting. So thank you for donating that.
Yes.
There are a few questions that I saw. From Leota, are temperatures in the Pacific changing, making an issue for the whales? Are you aware of any of that?
Thank you for that question. Again, I do wish that we had one of our scientists here to answer that question with their own personal experience. But I know that rising temperatures in the ocean is affecting all ocean life. I can't say how it is affecting whales specifically, unfortunately, and I do apologize for that lack of knowledge on my part. But yes, I think it's definitely something we're all monitoring and learning more about the effects of these things. One of the days at Whale Tales, we'll be diving into how gray whales are kind of in a strugglesome moment right now. There's been a steep decline in gray whale population. So I do think that's something that we'll be discussing on the gray whales panel, which that will be on the Saturday of the event.
Okay, fantastic. And thank you, Tapioca, for your $20 donation. We certainly appreciate that. So I will get to the personal questions, but with Ashley, we wanted to talk a little bit of her asking me a question that may be related to whales. So Ashley, this is your special moment to ask me a question, either about whale trust, what I can see, or whales, or whatever you feel like is appropriate.
Thank you. Yeah, I was curious because both on a personal and a professional level, because this is my first year organizing the Whale Tales event. So I was just wondering, is it going to be a success or, run smoothly? Will we meet our fundraising goals? I don't know if that's three questions in one, but I would love to hear about, will it be a success?
Okay. So the first card I pulled from the Oracle deck is the card of Flow, but you can see from this card, the whales and also the people here. So it feels to me like there's quite an attendance, and the attendance seems to be happy and celebrating. I think it feels like one would say that it feels a very happy card. So
Mhm.
that's a very good omen. For my tarot, you would love that. I got the Sun card, which is a
Ooh.
lot of happiness coming. And then the Page of Wands. The page is something new. So your event is new, and you
Mhm.
see that it brings a lot of light. So based on my three cards pull, I would say that this looks like it's a brand new event. Things are going to go well. I see an energy of a celebration actually from
Mhm.
this particular event. And the sun gives me a very warm feeling. So it feels like people are connecting well together.
Mhm.
And that gives a very excellent outcome as a prediction for your event.
Yay. Thank you.
Um, so now I will take the personal questions. I saw some of them in the chat, and Ashley, I think if you want to stay with me, it's fun to have you, but I don't want to
Sure.
force you to.
I'd be
Okay,
delighted. Thank you.
yeah, okay. So the first question, by Alice Williams. I have a bunny named Coffee who passed 21723, and I'm sorry. Last time in my dream, she was next to tall figure whose face I couldn't see, and words were that I wasn't going to see her for a while. What that means? So let's try to see what was the message here from your bunny. Um, and thank you, Nisi, for donating $5. Okay, so your bunny who passed. What's the situation there? Synchronicity. And that's the card that's really showing the head of the book and the deck. It's my favorite, really. So I feel like um Bunny is trying to tell you that they will they will be she will be messaging you or contacting you at a certain point in your life, either when you need it or when you need to hear something. And so the fact that you're not going to see her for a while doesn't mean that she's forgetting about you, but she's telling you she'll be here when you need it. So it's a little bit of, I'm getting an energy like a graduation. You're graduating of life. She's with you, she's in the background, but she will be there when you need it. Um, the next question. Um, okay, Nikki. It feels as if my patience and belief in goodness are constantly being tested. Will this intensity subside away? Celebration and sacred migration. It's like the whales are migrating. So it feels like this is part of your journey. This is part of your path, Nikki. And there's obviously some lessons that go with this being tested. And what the cards show is that there will be a point where you almost like graduate yourself from this phase of life. This phase of life, I feel and hear, is not going to be lasting, but it's going to be a moment in time where uh, you are in your phase of life when you learn your lessons. And I feel like if I had to look, I feel like next year in 2026, I can see that the energy is softening. So, don't think that this is an ongoing aspect of your life. That's not a question, but Lizin are saying that she loves meditating with the sleeping whales at night, and they're telepathic. That's true. They are. That's true. They are. A spiritual question, I believe, from Karina. Where do whales come from? Did they originate on Earth, or I'm not going to ask you, Ashley, to answer that one.
It's a great question. It begs a lot
Yeah,
of questions. Yeah, I wish I knew. I wish I had that level of understanding.
the card that I got, I love this card, Guiding Light. And so I feel like, when I see this card intuitively, that's crazy, but I see UFOs. And so I feel like almost the whales come from a different place. I don't think they originated in Earth. I don't get that feeling. I feel like they came from out of space. I know that may not be a good conversation with the scientific people, but that's what I feel like. There's an out of space energy. And I feel personally that whales came to Earth with a purpose, with the sense of helping us with the Earth. And so that's my feeling about it. Um, Lisa was saying when whales were attacking boats, it was because we were putting their lives at risk. And I feel like that's very true. Um, I agree with you, Jason. Jason loves whales and always donates 1111 for synchronicity, but because it amplifies the energy. And I agree with that.
Thank you,
Um,
Jason.
thank you. Lisa, I think she likes wildlife better than people. Um, oh, yes, Star Trek 4, the Voyage Home film about how whales saved the planet. That's true. Um, okay. All right. Um, Vidynamics. When is my situation changing? Meditation. So that tells me that it's not changing just right now. There's a phase of you working through energies that you have to kind of get through so that your particular situation can change. Let me get a card here. The star. The star card, and the reason for Ashley is I'm hiding a little bit. It's because YouTube doesn't like showing things. So, so your situation will get improved. The star, it's the best card for me in the deck, and so there's improvement, but it's about long-term improvement, and it's about a really much better situation. Two of Pentacles, that tells me like you're juggling things, and I would also feel like with the number two, there's like 2 weeks to a month until things can shift. So I'm going to leave that with you, Vadi. Journey with Tana. Is there a message from my guides for the holidays? Thank you, Giroud, for your $20 donation. Cheryl, thank you for your $20 donation. Georgia King, thank you for your $20 donation.
Thank you.
Journey with Tana. Your message from the holidays. Learning. So maybe this is about using the time for the holiday, the rest time, to learn about, I feel, about your spiritual development, your connection. And I'm hearing particularly your channeling abilities. Tapioca has a funny question. Are things going to go well?
Very funny.
We always end up doing. Tina Pierucci, can I get a general reading for 2026 energy? 2026 energies. Light, abyssal. I love this card. So you see, like you're opening. You have an opening, and then you're opening this particular. How you call that, Ashley?
A hatch.
A hatch, thank you.
Mhm.
And there's a light. And so I feel, Tina, that this is about enlightenment for you in 2026, but also a lot of clarity. When you see the light, you see clarity. So I feel like this will be a year of clarity for you. Natalie, when do you see me going back to my previous department at work? Five of Cups, it feels like you're disappointed. That was a disappointment for you, but you will come back. The Empress here, you will come back to it. I'm getting a couple months, and I'm gonna say, because I had the Five of Cups, within 5 months, 5 weeks, 5 months. Leota, what do my guides have to say for this week and next week? The Ace of Swords, the card of truth. So there's something about getting the truth, hearing the truth, and also going with the flow, which is also a beautiful card here. Going with the flow, and it feels like this woman is carried by a whale in the background, which is very nice. So going with the flow, but getting and looking for truth. Laura is saying thank you, and she will check the World Trust this week. And thank you, Ashley.
Thank you, Laura.
Jill, my brother and mom passed. Do they have a message for you? First of all, I want to tell you that your brother and your mom, they're together. So not only they're on the other side, but they're together. And I felt like she's there to protect him. Retreat, it could be in better cards. They are in retreat mode. They're fine. They're safe. They're watching you from a distance. I'm also getting the sense that there was some healing here that happened. I feel like your mom, there was a sense of healing when she was here, that, like she had, in other words, what I'm saying is when she crossed, she was no longer in pain, and she has healed, and she seemed together. It feels like they're saying they're a pair, they're together. So Um, that's what I see. Angel up above. Um, will the women's group opportunity work out? Follow. So I feel like this is gonna be a card of group opportunity. You follow a lot of group energy. You can see from these cards the whale as a group are moving in tandem. So yes, it will work out. Tapioca is asking, can I have a whale card for January? I love that. Dream. So this is a idea of making, I'm hearing like making your dream come true, allowing your dreams to come to fruition. You can dream big is what they're saying. Pastel Sky, will my financial situation turn around in 26? So I'll be able to do traveling with a special person. Path, that goes very well with the traveling energies. Um, Let me put an extra card here for you. Finances, strength in your finances, and the High Priestess. Pastel, you gotta work with your manifestation skills. So I want you to think about how you can manifest money and travel using your spiritual abilities. Through through ski, will I have successful employment in 26? I'm hearing a yes. Queen of Cups, you're gonna be very happy with the job that you're getting. Nine of Cups, happy merchant, you. So yes, and it feels particularly good. Gerard, will I successfully navigate the politics of my hobby group? That's sad when you have politics in your hobby group. But it happens, and it's officers in 2026. Tensions are fraught at the moment. Let's see. Um, will you get through the politics of your hobby group? The moon, the moon is the shadow. So with politics, that confirms that there's a lot of shadow in the background. Um, but the word, I think you'll be getting an opportunity, and I feel like it's gonna help. But right now, I feel like this is not a good time. Wheel of Fortune, things are gonna get better. I feel like there's gonna be some improvements there. Um, One important way that whales are adversely affected by the ocean temperature increase is the change in behavior and survivability in the whale's food supply. Yes. Laura, I'd like to know, Cone Europe must be aware from an escalation of hybrid war. There's a lot of commotion about the Euroclear. I am not understanding your question, Laura. Can you maybe rephrase it in a different way? I am not clear. Um, Georgia, do you see my student loans being forgiven? She asked, or she's also asking you, Ashley. Do you have an intuition about it?
I feel good about it personally. I feel
Ah,
optimistic.
Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Cups. It feels like you're moving away from that student loan. So it feels to me like I would say yes, you're getting some help. But I have to say that it feels like the process taking a bit of a long time. Okay, Laura's question. I'm from Belgium, and welcome. Must we be aware from possible escalation of a hybrid war due to the Euroclear problem? I don't know what Euroclear problem is, but I'll read on it blind. Should we be aware of a hybrid war escalation? I'm not seeing that. No, I am not seeing that. And that's good. Cheryl, Your fur baby Okomi passed on 12/9, and I'm sorry. Is he okay on the other side? I'm getting a yes. And a feeling like he's saying, don't worry about me, worry about you, because I got the Queen of Wands. She want she he wants you to keep going, and I know that he knows that you miss him, but you know what I'm gonna say. You will be reunited when it's your time. So he wants you to keep going. And sorry for your loss here, Lisa. A message from your guides about 2026. Let me pull a whale card. Whale card. Learning. So it feels like this is gonna be a year of learning and a year of journey. So I feel like you're going to be carried through the year. Things are going to be good. You will learn at the same time. I'm getting one more card for Lisa 2026. The Ace of Cups. It's interesting. All of it is water cards. New beginnings. Um, New beginnings in what area? And stability. Stability in your finances, stability in your work, but some new beginnings. I feel like I'm getting the sense like new connections with people, and learning will be on the spiritual side. Viviani, thank you, Joanne, for your donations, $20. Viviani, what do my guides have to say about money that was hidden from me? Oh, feels like. Thank you, Anonymous, for your $5 donation.
Thank
Um,
you.
Money that was hidden from you. I feel like this is gonna come to light. Six of Cups, people helping you. I feel like you're gonna get some help. I feel like this is gonna come to light. And I see someone helping you. So let me know if that makes sense, Viviani. French style. A message from your mom, dad, and brother were on the other side, and you've been unemployed for a month. Your family. First of all, the unemployment. I see money coming your way, and I feel like there's a job coming. I see a job around March, April. That's what I feel. Your family on the other side, strength. I think they just want you to hold on and be strong, and they said that you can do this. Uh, I'm also getting the sense I see mom behind you. I see dad and the brother on the other side, but closer to you is mom. Angelina, will I be able to save my house and not getting taken by foreclosure? Save your house. Foreclosure. Nine of Cups, that's a very good card. I felt like you're gonna be able to hold. Oh, yes. And the chart is a positive card. The Empress, I see you staying where you are. I don't feel like there's a concern here. I'm glad. Arlene, did my sister give me all of the inheritance that was meant for me? I don't think so. Unfortunately, I feel like there's something that was left out conveniently. Um, and you see this card, she's holding to some money. So, Arlene, I feel like there's something a bit strange here. Laura, my son is under a great amount of stress at work and at home. What kind of help does he need? I'm going to use the whale here. And I'm sorry for this. Your son, what does he need? Friends. And that's maybe what it is. Friends and allies. Um, I get that too, intuitively. Like I feel like I need more of a social ally friends. LBD, your daughter Kelly has been promoted to a high pressure position. Will she be successful in this new role? You're donating, but you can't figure out how to do that in the checkbook. Thank you. We appreciate your donation. I heard that it was difficult to do that as well. Um, will be successful in the new role, Kelly. She's strong. Protection. She has some protection, spiritual protection. I think she's gonna do well. The magician, that's the new job. She's gonna do well. Yes, I feel also it reminds that she needs protection around her. So just for everyone, very simple tool, white light of protection. When you go to an environment you don't really know, you just imagine a white light around you, as simple as that. Zodiac Cafe, and that's Christina, I believe. A well card for you. A well card. Alignment. I like that. It reminds me. I don't know if you get that connection, Ashley. You know, like what's this band? They did the show Alignment of the Spheres. They're very
Hmm.
famous band, pop band.
I don't think I'm familiar.
I went to that show. Maybe someone will help me with that. They've been on a tour for 2 years now.
Hmm.
Uh, it's I have it on and it reminds me, that card reminds me of that. Maybe someone will tell me. Or let me look on my phone. Um, Alignment of the spheres. Uh, Coldplay.
Oh, Coldplay.
Yeah,
Cool.
they have a
Yeah.
show, and it's like lights, and it just it just remind me of this alignment with the planets, like, and so
Hmm.
that was that's a card of alignment for you, Christina. There's a heart shaped donation button. I believe that's how you use it. Ah, Laura said that was for her son. She had many ideas, but Friends wasn't one of them. That's a good idea. Um, Lisa is telling us the donation button is heart shaped on an iPhone. And it's on the bottom right corner. Looks like two hands. Okay, thank you for sharing that, Lisa. And actually, Christina loves Coldplay, so it works out perfectly. And Viviani, wow, I didn't know we have all those Coldplay fans. Um, I don't see any more questions in the chat. Um, Ashley, I don't know if you wanted to another question maybe for me, or a personal
Um,
question. I want to give you an opportunity if you want.
hmm. Put me on the spot, Nate.
No, you
Um,
don't have to. You don't have to.
let's see.
Of
Uh,
a world trust. Of a world trust.
sure. Let's see. Well, I do wonder if let's see. I do wonder if we will have the opportunity to, gosh, so many questions. I would say, will I get to hear a whale song in the water this season? I think I will, but that's one of my favorite things.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
they
great.
they you can hear them from so far away that if you're in the right place at the right time, you can generally hear them underwater. So will I get to do that this season?
This season is next year.
No, it's actually whale season has just begun. It's very
Oh,
early whale season, but it's in the winter time. So yeah.
so it's between now and this.
And February, March. I mean, February is kind of right in the middle of it. So it could be a few months past that.
Okay, let's have a look. Will you have the opportunity to hear the world song?
Yes.
Yeah, this season. Look at this clover. This is a card of luck. You
Mm,
next to it, so I think you will have the opportunity. Yes, I really do.
yay.
Yeah,
It's
yes.
such a cool experience. You can hear it reverberating and like feel it in your chest. It's been a while, but I have had that gift before. So I look forward to it. Thank you.
Jason, who's a friend of the family here, says, I pray you do. It's fantastic energy. I always make you look around and think they're close by.
Mhm.
Amazing. Well, I think we might end the show on this note, if that's okay with everyone. I believe at the peak we were close to 60 people. And again, I believe we must be close to $1,100. I
That's
feel like
amazing.
I'm gonna continue doing some shows to get additional money, and then when we reach maybe 2,000, we will kind of pack it up and send that to World Trust, and
Amazing.
so you can use it for your studies and all your activities.
Thank you
Thank
so much, Nate. What
Ashley,
a
thank you
gift.
for the time. Thank you for all the communities. They are wonderful. Thank you, Lisa and Viviani, for being moderators on the show. And well, thank you, everyone. And we wish you a great end of day. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Mahalo.
Mahalo.